What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. NFL Week 1 is basically all in the books. Of course, we get a Monday night game tonight, but we got to talk about the biggest loss of the week as far as embarrassing is concerned, and the next team we should be rebuilding, and of course, I'm talking about the Miami Dolphins. They come out here and lose 8-30 to a Daniel Jones-led Colts team, and yeah, Tua did not look good whatsoever. So we're going to go ahead and jump in and rebuild the Miami Dolphins after the Week 1 loss, and this could be a precursor to what the Dolphins will be this season. We'll see, but let's jump in and rebuild the Dolphins in Madden 26. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you're new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. We're currently on the road to 10,000 subs, so if you'd like to help us reach that goal, that would be greatly appreciated. So it is a very early Monday morning as I record this, and my allergies, my sinuses, they've been bad, man. I was going to do this video last night, but my head had so much pressure in it that I just couldn't do it. I'm here this morning, so I apologize if I sound a little bit weird. I can tell my allergies are definitely getting the best of me right now, but I feel good enough right now that I can do this. So, that all being said, 8-30 loss to the Daniel Jones-led Colts, and Tua turned the ball over. I know there's like a pun with his last name, Tua turned the ball over. Yeah, they didn't look good. So, if this is what it's going to be for the rest of the season, I would have to imagine that Tyreek Hill will be traded. I have to imagine that a rebuild could be coming for this team. Daniel probably gets fired. Like, it'll probably be a whole culture shift. Don't get me wrong, it's only week 1, so maybe they bounce back, but it did not look good, man. It did not look good. So you have Tua, of course, at quarterback, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Darren Waller, who didn't play yesterday. And then defensively, we have, they just got Minkah Fitzpatrick back, but I'm planning on tearing this thing down, basically. That's what this rebuild's going to be. I'm pretty sure that's what I've done basically every single time I've done Dolphins rebuild, is that I feel like this team was on the verge of rebuilding, and after a loss like that, I think it's safe to say that we could be expecting that. So my plan is to assimilate to the mid-season point and get right before the trade deadline and trade Tyreek Hill for sure, maybe even trade some other pieces. So let's get there. I already have the Dolphins losing to the Colts in week 1. I'm kind of hoping we are under 500 at the trade deadline to make it even more make sense, but we'll see if Madden maybe thinks differently and if the Dolphins will bounce back. If they bounce back, maybe we don't make any trades, but again, I'm hoping they don't, so we can just trade Tyreek Hill and start this rebuild because it's probably needed for the Dolphins. So we are indeed at the trade deadline, and this team is actually 1-6 on the season. So yeah, it's time to reset some things here. So I'm going to try to send Tyreek Hill over to the Denver Broncos. I don't really have a gut feeling on where Tyreek Hill could be traded if he were to be traded, but one thing I know is that the Broncos could use another receiver. So I don't know if Tyreek Hill will be worth a first still in real life. I would imagine it's probably just a second and some things, but I'm going to try to get a second, third, and a second from the Broncos for Tyreek Hill and see what the Broncos say about this. Maybe not the most realistic trade, but again, if we can get some picks here, it would be very, very encouraged or very what we need, basically. So we get this to go through, a second, a third in this draft, and a second next year. So welcome to the Broncos, Tyreek Hill. Obviously, we're sending him away, and that's going to be probably our first trade. I don't know if there's going to be anybody else I trade here at the trade deadline, but that felt like the most necessary one because we know for sure that Tyreek Hill is someone that, it's been kind of weird there, his relationship with the Dolphins right now. So it's done. He's in the Broncos now. Let's see if we're going to trade anybody else. Here's the other trade we're making. We're sending Minkah Fitzpatrick, who the Dolphins just reacquired from the Steelers. We're sending him over to the Bears. We're getting a second and a fifth at the trade deadline for this. Again, I don't know what Minkah Fitzpatrick's trade value is in real life. He was just traded for Jalen Ramsey straight across, so I'd imagine that it's still pretty damn good. A second round pick is still very good draft value for the 28-year-old. So that's going to be our two trades made at the trade deadline. So we acquire some draft capital, which is what we definitely needed. So I'm very happy with that. Tua will start the rest of the season. Obviously, we may move on from him. I'm not really sure. Maybe at the in the offseason we're able to trade him as well, but we'll definitely keep him for now. And that will be it. So there could be more that we could trade away technically, but we traded away our two best players, and as far as like dev trade and all that. But we're probably gonna miss the playoffs. We'll probably have a good draft pick, and we'll probably replace Tua in the offseason. So let's simulate the rest of the year. 2 trades made at the trade deadline, and now we can focus on the offseason. So we ended up finishing the season at 3-14, and here was your season recap. The Baltimore Ravens just won the Super Bowl, which, oh my gosh, that game last night, Bills-Ravens, I was in utter shock when the Bills came back there at the end. That was a wild game. Probably one of the best games we've seen in a while. What a great way to start Sunday Night Football. Joe Burrow's your MVP. Harbaugh is your Coach of the Year. Tank Dell, Offensive Player of the Year. Offensive player goes to TJ Watt, and your rookie of the years are Gene T and Abdul Carter. Okay, not too bad, but I'm curious to see what our stats look like. So offensively, we were 19th in the NFL. On the defensive side of the football, we were 17th in the NFL. So 24 and 13 from Tua. I still think we could probably get something for him, but like I said, I do think we're moving on from him this offseason. 6 touchdowns, 1,000 yards from Achane, and then obviously Waddle, 993 yards. So yeah, Waddle and Achane are not going anywhere. Those are two guys I still want to build around. And as far as sacks are concerned, you had Chubb with 10, and 11 from Phillips, and interceptions you had 2 from Brooks, 2 from Davis, 1. Okay, let's go ahead and get into the resignage stage, see what we got going on here. And like I said, I think we'll probably trade Tua. So Geno Smith was just traded, and he got a 3rd-round pick, so I'm kind of expecting something like that for Tua if we can get that for him. Phillips, 27 years old, edge rusher. We got Cater, we got Jack Jones, Rasul Douglas. I'm going to be honest, I may not look to resign any of these guys. Like I said, I'm trying to hit the reset button of this team for the most part, so I think I'm going to let everybody go, even Jalen Phillips. So we're going to just let all these guys walk, get a fresh start on things. So that is going to be my plan. We're not going to re-sign any of them. Mike McDaniel probably would have been fired, but I have coach firing off, and I'm controlling Mike McDaniel, so that can't happen right now. But we have $90 million in cap space, and what is Tua's contract situation? Is he somebody we can free up money right now, or is he someone... Yeah, we could save $19 million, but I am going to not cut Tua. I'm going to trade him. So I'm expecting a 3rd at least, so that's going to be the game plan. So let's go ahead and trade Mr. Tua and just fully reset this thing. This is a full-on reset, and we are definitely taking that direction. So the Los Angeles Rams have thankfully lost Matthew Stafford, because without this trade, I'm not sure I could find anywhere else that would make sense, but they're going to get themselves their brand new quarterback. Sean McVay doesn't skip a beat, gets himself a veteran. So Tua is going to go to the Rams. We get a 3rd-round pick to make it happen. So just like that, Tua is gone. It is a full-on reset here in Miami. So now let's take a look at this lineup before we hit up free agency. We're probably going to go super young in free agency. This team has a lot of work to be done. So Ewers right now is the starting quarterback, but I don't plan on that being the case going into the season. Our O-line needs a lot of work. Our tight end spot needs work. Nick Westbrook, Akine, Waddle, and Washington's our wide receivers. On the defensive side of the football, I mean, again, a lot of work is needed all around on this team. So that's going to be the plan. We're going to hit up free agency. We're going to try our best to sign as many young players as possible, try to get a new culture shock here. But this team needed a reset, and I like the way we've started things. So here's some of the targets in free agency. We're going for 27 and younger here. So Ivan Pace is going to be the first offer. Rasheed Walker's the next one. Isaiah Likely. I love to have Likely on this team, but we'll see if we get him. Rodriguez and Cater. So we are going to re-sign Cater. I didn't think I would initially, but he's still looking decent here at 27 and 78 overall. So I'm hoping to get all 5 of these guys. That'd be great. That'd be a dream scenario to start this rebuild. But I'm going to assume we get like 3 of the 5 or something like that. So yeah, there we go. 3 of the 5. So we get Ivan Pace, we get Rodriguez, and we get Cater. So unfortunately, Likely was one of my favorite targets. We don't get him, which really sucks. That's really disappointing, obviously. So it is what it is on that front. I forgot who else we offered. Oh, Rasheed Walker didn't get him either. So tight end, Noah Fant here, who is star dev. So I guess he could be an option, but I think I'll just go younger there at this point. So that will be our free agency period. We only get 3 guys, which is not my preferred. I would have loved to have gotten more than that, but I guess we'll take it. So we have Rodriguez and Ivan Pace now, of course, at linebacker. Does make Brooks more expendable, so we could maybe trade him now, because you have, obviously, Ivan Pace now, who's a little bit younger. So I think we will look to trade Brooks right now. Might as well, since we do have the ability to do so. The trade finder for Madden is not the most realistic, I will admit. So the Cardinals could use a Mike linebacker. I'm just going to expect like a 4th. I don't expect anything crazy for Jordan Brooks. We'll do that, get another pick here, and that will be our free agency period. And now we'll head to the draft, where we'll have a lot of draft capital to use. So that's going to be important. If we can hit on these draft picks, that'd be great. So if we're looking at it, let's see. So we have number 1 overall, which is great. So we could, in theory, trade down. We have 3 seconds. Oh my gosh, we have 4 thirds. Holy crap. Okay, and then we have 2 fourths, 2 fifths. So yeah, this is a damn good draft class to have. So we're going to jump in the draft. And we'll see if there is maybe an idea to trade down from number 1 and then collect more draft capital. We'll see. It may be just in our best interest to take the number 1 available player, though, as well. So here we are in the draft. I'm gonna be honest with you. I know we need a quarterback, but I don't know if I can get behind just taking Drew Aller or Garrett Nussmeier #1 overall. I mean, I'm kind of tempted to take either TJ Parker or Francis. I feel decent about our edges right now, but our offensive line is the main issue. So this is kind of crazy, but I may consider. Let's see if we could trade down. Would the Cowboys give me both their first? Let's see where they're picking. We got 11 and. Where's the other one at? I swear they should have 2 first here. I thought Madden updated that, but 11 and 7 or 18. I see it now. So would the Cowboys consider giving me 11 and 18? I have to try, right? Because like if I don't, then I'd be doing myself a disservice. But that's gonna be the game plan here. So let's get 11 and 18 here because I just can't get behind taking one of these quarterbacks where we're at right now. So I'm gonna see if the Cowboys can do this. Cap space may prevent them from being able to. It may say they don't have enough cap room. Okay, never mind. It went through. So we get 11 and 18 off of the Cowboys. So I'll take that. So we get to pick on number 11 now and 18. So we'll take it. We may have traded down too far. I thought I was going to be able to get one of those quarterbacks at 11, and they're all 3 gone. Wow. Lenora Sellers went, and also, yeah, everyone else went. So we're in trouble here, but I am going to go ahead and take Spencer Fano here with the 11th overall pick. Start to build up this O-line. So number 9 true value, drafted in 11. So that's an unfortunate start, I will say. Because like I said, look at it. We have Drew Aller, and then also Nussmeier goes, and then Lenora Sellers goes a pick before us. That was going to be the guy I was going to take, and he literally goes to the Jets at number 10. That is heartbreaking. We may not be able to draft a quarterback. I don't know if we're going to be able to. We'll still be able to, but it's definitely not going to be a guy I'm going to be overly excited about. Gonna get ourselves a wide receiver here with our other first-round pick, Denzel Boston out of Washington. He's 6'4", 211. I mean, he's a perfect complement to Jalen Waddle. So welcome to the Dolphins, Denzel Boston. He's going to number 21 true value, drafted him 18. He's got 90 speed, hidden dev, perfect pick. And I think in the second round, we'll probably go ahead and take our quarterback. So before we take the quarterback, we have back-to-back picks here. I'm going to take Jaden Roberts to continue to build this O-line because we're going to bring in a young quarterback here. Might as well protect him. So that's going to be Jaden Roberts. And then we are going to probably reach on someone here as far as quarterback is concerned. You do have a couple nice options here, but like I said, I think we need to walk away with the quarterbacks. We have K. Klubnik or Mateer. So Klubnik out of Clemson, I am aware of him. I don't know much about Mateer. I think I had Mateer in a video before, so I'm going to take Cade Klubnik here. Klubnik and Quinn Ewers is your quarterback room. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but I don't know if Klubnik's going to even have hidden dev. His talent is day 3, but we don't have a quarterback next season unless we just plan on starting Ewers. Man, I feel like this could be a throwaway pick, but we have a lot of picks. We can make up for it if, oh gosh, yeah. He's normal dev, 86 speed. Yeah, that's tough. Lenora Sellers going a pick before me was just not ideal, but Klubnik and Ewers, man, I don't know. That's kind of, I'm not sure how that quarterback room is going to develop, but it is what it is. But Eli Stowers at our tight end spot, I like that. We can also take Keon Sabb. Either one I'd feel good about. So I'm going to take Eli Stowers here. We don't have a tight end, so let's get Klubnik another weapon, or Ewers, whoever's starting. But Eli Stowers, only normal dev. And I'm hoping I get Jeremiah Sabb or get Keon Sabb with this pick. If he does fall to me, that'd be perfect. So let's see. Is he still on the board? He is. So that's perfect. So Keon Sabb, welcome to the Dolphins. And out of Alabama, get ourselves our free safety replacement of Fitzpatrick. So, and we'll just skip right along here with all these other draft picks. We have 3 more to take in round 3. So let's see who we get here at 88. So let's try to make up for lost time here and get some more guys on this team. We screwed up at quarterback in this draft, which sucks. Katron Allen, Jalen Daniels, Baxter. We have Gray. We have King Mac. We do have another offensive lineman option, which I guess we should probably take him and maybe move him inside. Don't know how good he'll be, but these are late 3rd rounders. So 151 true value, 88. He is in dev though, so probably going to start for us. And let's just throw these other 2. Katron Allen goes, which I was considering him there, but decided not to. We got Aaron Anderson or Jalen Daniels. Do we take another quarterback here at Jalen Daniels? Obviously out of Kansas. I'm gonna take another shot. Why not? I'm gonna take Jalen Daniels here. I don't know if he'll have hidden dev, but if he does, great, normal dev. So yeah, our quarterback room is probably the craziest I've ever seen, but we'll eventually fix it. It's probably not gonna be very good, but maybe one of them develop into something I'm not expecting. So we can go Baxter, we can go corner, Christian Gray. I mean, like I said, it's a late pick, so I'm not expecting anything crazy here, but I'm gonna go Christian Gray here to add another corner to this room. So Ideally, I think I did okay. I think everything other than the quarterback position I feel great about in this draft. I'm gonna let the AI take care of the rest, but man, I feel decent about some of the picks we made other than quarterback. I'm not really sure I love what we did there. We'll have to hope that it works out. So we're 78 overall with an 80 offense and a 77 defense. I think best case scenario this year is probably just tanking this season and getting like a Jeremiah Smith or an Arch Manning out of this draft in 2027. But here's what the lineup's going to look like nonetheless. So here's what it's looking like. We got Klubnik at quarterback right now, or Jalen Daniels and Ewers, which I guess I'll go and start Klubnik since he's the best overall right now. We got Achan, we got Boston, we got Lemon, we got Jalen Waddle, Stowers at tight end. Offensive line's looking reinvented a little bit. Defensively, we got Pace, Rodriguez, Robinson, Gray as the third corner. Here's your D line right now. Keon Sabb at free safety. So yeah, this is what it's looking like. I'm not expecting good things this season. If this team can show just a little bit of promise, I'd feel encouraged just by that. So we'll see what it's looking like, though. I'm expecting this team to be really bad again with our quarterback not looking so hot. But like I said, we're able to draft ourselves Arch Manning. I think that's a win. So I'll see you guys at the end of this season. So at the end of the season, we finished up at 5-12 with $147 million in cap space. We look at the recap. You had the Chiefs beating the Packers in the Super Bowl. Mahomes is your Super Bowl MVP. Joe Burrow is your MVP. LaFleur is your Coach of the Year. Rasheed Rice, Offensive Player of the Year. Max Crosby, Defensive Player. And then the Rookie of the Year are Norris Sellers and TJ Parker. So, yeah. And then right now, our approval rating on McDaniels is obviously not very good. This team sucks. We're tanking, rebuilding. So that's kind of where we're at right now. Offensively, we were 29th in the NFL. On the defensive side of the football, we were 30th in the NFL. So 22 and 13 from Klubnik, which isn't horrible, but he's probably not going to be the guy. Especially if we have number 1 overall, we'll probably take Arch Manning. But if not, we'll get Jeremiah Smith, which would be great too. Here was your stats at wide receiver. Defensively, sacks-wise, we had 11.5 from our young edge rusher and Chop Robinson. 10 from Chubb, the veteran, 6 from Zeeler, and then 4.5 from Kenneth Grant. Interceptions 1 and 1. Wow, we didn't get any turnovers at all. Okay, let's get to the offseason, continue this rebuild going forward. So again, we obviously knew what it was. We knew it would be bad, so I'm not surprised by that. We'll see how much, or we'll see what draft pick we have. So Tyreek Hill—he's not coming back to the Broncos. Resigning stage. Let's see if there's anyone important here. So Achan, definitely have interest in bringing him back, obviously. So we'll go ahead and bring him back. And then we'll have Chop Robinson, who's up to a superstar dev. We'll take that for sure. Brand's 27. I think we can do better. We'll move on from him. I think we should get a number 1 corner in here. We got 2 corners I could feel okay about. Durant, 24, but he is 66 overall. Very interesting. I mean, sure. He says no. Okay. Not getting him back. Who was the other guy? Brewer, who was our center. Austin Jackson will let go. Dotson will let go. So, yeah, I guess we'll bring back our kicker just to kind of avoid that being a problem. All right. I think that will be it. Was there anyone else? I was kind of looking at Ingold here. I mean, fullback is, we'll go ahead and bring him back as well. Okay. Let's head into free agency. But first and foremost, I do want to look at our lineup to see if anything has changed as far as dev traits are concerned. Let's see what we got going on here. So we have star dev, obviously, on the offensive line, which is what I kind of expected. And you could yeah. So we need a center here for the most part. And we'll see what we do, with our first round pick, whether it's Jeremiah Smith or a quarterback, Arch Manning. That's my hope between those two. Robinson is up superstar dev, and we have Snowden up to an 81 overall. Okay. Gray, and then Cater, and then is Snowden a corner or a safety? He's a corner. Smith Snowden, 22. Okay, so we need to still bring in a lot of things, obviously, but there are some pieces to be excited about. That's the main thing. So we're gonna go ahead and hit up free agency and see what we can grab. We're making some offers here in free agency. Aiden Hutchinson, Elton Jenkins, Keanu Benton, and Kayvon Thibodeau are the 4 offers so far. Unfortunately, there's no good corners. There's no good safeties to feel great about in this free agency class. So we'll have to hit those up in the draft. But one guy I was kind of looking at was Anthony Richardson. 25 years old, has no offers right now. We have the 4th overall pick, which is why I'm not sure we'll get Arch Manning. So kind of tempted to give Richardson a contract. Not going to lie. He has no offers right now. It would be somewhat expensive to get him. That's my only concern with that. So I don't know if I can get behind that. But I also don't want to go into next year with Klubnik, Daniels, and Ewers as my quarterback room. There's DJ Lagway as well, which I don't know much about him, I'll be honest with you. But I don't know. I don't think I give Richardson the amount of money he's asking for. Let's just hope that somehow we get, I don't know. We're going to hope for these 4 to sign. Aiden Hutchinson's probably the guy that doesn't sign with us, though. He doesn't really have interest in coming here. So let's see. If we get him, though, that'd be great. Only 27, and we don't get him. So we get the other 3, which, okay, we'll take that. That helps out a lot. Hutchinson does go to our division rival with the Jets, which does suck. We still have a lot of money to work with as well. So technically, we could give Richardson a contract, but Jenkins makes our O-line look a little bit better, which I like. Klubnik is at least a 75 overall, I guess. But if we walk away with Ryan Williams, Jeremiah Smith, that's cool too. We need to add a corner and a strong safety really badly in this draft. That's going to be our 2 second-round picks, hopefully. Get a corner, a safety. Would feel great going into next year. So, yeah, I think I'm going to leave it at that. Again, there was no safety that I liked at all. So we have Woods, Byard. Like, I guess you can go like Ronnie Hickman or something like that. But, yeah, not feeling great about anything I'm seeing here. We could give Jordan Whitehead a deal just as a veteran presence back there. Maybe we should, considering we don't even have a guy back there at all. So I am going to go ahead and offer Whitehead a contract because we'll at least have someone there. And then as far as, corners concerned, we do at least have guys back there at corners, so I don't think this is necessary to sign anyone. So just give me Jordan Whitehead, and we'll try to hit up the draft and have ourselves a strong draft. If we're able to do that, then we should be in business. I will say the scary part about this draft is with us picking 4th overall, there's a high likelihood that we don't get any of the 3 prospects that I want. Let's see if they all 3 go. Arch Manning, Brian Williams, and Jeremiah Smith. One of them falling to me at pick 4 would be a dream scenario, so let's see. We will get Simmons, okay, so Jeremiah Smith and Dylan. I think we got to take Arch Manning. While Ryan Williams would be great, we got to take Arch Manning here. So obviously hasn't looked the greatest at Texas as of, lately, but Arch Manning, we're going to go ahead and grab him and get him on this Dolphins team. We needed some stability at the quarterback position. Arch Manning is now a Miami Dolphin. So yeah, again, Ryan Williams would have been great, but quarterback position needed to be solved, and we are able to solve that. We have an early round 2 and hopefully another round 2 that's, oh wow, we have 2 early round 2s. So this is huge. Corner and safety is my hope here. So let's see if there's any good ones to take. So we have Ryan Wingo. We got a couple of safeties. Caleb Harris out of Auburn. So probably where we start here. So let's go ahead and get Caleb Harris. He's got speed great, but yeah, I'm feeling good about this. Now the zone isn't very good, but I'm going to go ahead and take him here. So let's see if he ends up being good. Number 18, True Value, drafted 33. So perfect. 70, great pick. And then now we can go to pick 36. And I don't know if I saw a good corner. That's my only concern here. There really wasn't a good corner to feel great about. Could take Ryan Wingo or Cam Coleman or Isaac Brown or one of these guys. I guess we could. Elgin McCray. We got Dindy, Broder, Amon Hardy. Man, I guess there is some corners down here. So Ethan O'Connor out of Miami. So let's see if any of them look good. We probably should take a corner. So Ethan O'Connor here is looking okay. He's only got good speed, though. So I'm going to look at the other corner because that's my main position of concern right now. So Ethan O'Connor we looked at. Let's look at Xavier Brown at Alabama. So he would have familiarity with, just guy was Auburn. So I think I'm going to take Xavier Brown here. Xavier Brown's going to be the pick here. Our other second round pick. Number 79 True Value, drafted 36 speed. He's hidden dev, 92 speed. So we'll take that. So we get the 2 positions of concern there, and we'll go ahead and hit up round 3, and we'll see what this is looking like. So I already know what playbook I'm going to run in next season's, scenario with Arch Manning. I'm going to try to have Arch Manning succeed right away. So we got Caden Durham, Ethan O'Connor, which I was considering him in round 2. He did fall to us, which is interesting, or we could take another offensive lineman. So I don't hate that idea. We also have Luke Reynolds out of Penn State. So let's see what he's looking like. Oh wow, speed elite as a tight end. Yeah, shine me up. So Luke Reynolds, Eli Stowers as our tight ends. So we'll do that. 52 in True Value, draft him to 68, 88 speed, hidden dev. Yep, love it. Let's go ahead and take a look at the lineup. Going into year number 3, we have fully reset this bad boy. I think this team could maybe surprise this upcoming season. Going into this season, we're an 83 overall across the board, so I'm feeling decent about where we're at as a roster. I still think we need more, but this could be a maybe playoff team led by Arch Manning at 83 overall. So we got Achane, Dylan Waddle, Lemon, Boston, Luke Reynolds at tight end. The O-line's looking nice, young, and developing, which is great. We have the veteran Elton Jenkins in the middle. Added Woodyard to this equation, so I do want to start Ivan Pace over him, though, but I guess it's not going to let me. Caleb Harris, Gray, and then we have Cater, and we have Brown, who we just drafted. We added Keanu Benton as well. So we'll see what it looks like. I'm hoping for a really good season. We'll see if it turns out that way. I will see you guys at the end of year 3. I am running the Bengals playbook as you would expect. So I'm expecting Waddle and Arch Manning to connect early and often. We'll see what happens. So while it was a better season, we do only finish up at 7-10. So kind of what I expected. I expected us to be better, but I thought maybe we could be a sneaky playoff team, but not quite. Here was your recap. Arch Manning did win Offensive Rookie of the Year, which is great to see. And wow, Tua went on to win the Super Bowl with the Rams. So they may have won that trade. They trade for another veteran quarterback and get themselves another Super Bowl. Arch Manning and Rodriguez were both top 3 in passing and obviously tackle. So that's all really cool to see. Let's see the rest of our stats. Offensively, 17th in the NFL. So we'll take that. Defensive side of the football, we were 28th in the NFL, so not so good. 33-9 from Arch Manning. You had HM with 12 touchdowns, 688 yards. Waddle, Washington, Denzel Boston were all really good. So, wow, I'm kind of surprised that Lemon didn't play over Washington. But I guess Washington might jump up in dev trade after that. Rodriguez had 4.5 sacks. But Thibodeau, free agency signing, had 11.5 sacks. I know he's been kind of disappointing for the Giants. Robinson 8, and then 8.5 from Chubb. Interceptions 2 from Rodriguez and 1 from Cater. Man, we have not been a team that has turned over the football at all, I've noticed. So we have ourselves another free agency period that's successful, another draft that's successful. I think this team's in the playoffs next year. So we are at the re-signing stage. Let's see what we got. So Kenneth Grant, 5th-year option, we're going to accept. James Daniels, I think we'll let him go. So we'll let James Daniels walk in free agency. Patrick Paul will let walk. Bradley Chubb will let walk. Washington will probably let walk, even though he just had a really good season for us. So yeah, I think we're going to let all these guys go. So they can all kind of just kick rocks, and we'll have nice $7 in cap space to use, and we'll do our damnedest to make sure that this team is looking good going into next season. But first and foremost, let's look at the situation. So we got Arch Manning as a superstar dev quarterback. Our offensive line's looking decent enough that I don't even feel like we need to go acquire a guard. I love what our offense looked like. Even Boston's up to an 88. So yeah, this is all looking great. If there was another receiver to add, maybe I'll do it, but I don't know if we will. Defensively, Woodyard's star dev, Harris is star dev, so, and then Gray is up to an 83. But yeah, we still have a lot of cap space. We pretty much have a starter in every position, but I don't see any glaring needs right now. So we're going to just go ahead, hit up free agency with all this cap space, and we'll just sign some of the best players we see. The free agency class wasn't anything special, but we have Jerry Jeudy, Keaton Mitchell, and Peter Skoronski that we're going to go ahead and offer on. So if we get all 3 of these guys, there's just 3 additions that add to the room. So Jeudy would be a really good addition with Waddle and what we already have in Boston. So Arch Manning would have 3 damn good wide receivers to have in 3 wide receiver sets. So got to feel good about that. So Jeudy, Boston, and Waddle, I mean, that's looking great. We got Skoronski as that left guard upgrade. So yeah, this is looking pretty good as far as wide receiver is concerned. So the weapons on offense, they are looking fantastic. So the only other thing I can think to do is to trade for a corner. That's it. That's like the only other thing I can think to do in this offseason. So that is what I'm going to attempt to do here. Let's go ahead and get ourselves a corner that's at the top of his game right now. And potentially, why does it say our team needs our wide receiver? That doesn't even make sense. Okay, so I'm kind of hoping for a corner that, like Maxwell Harrison from the Buffalo Bills. Although that's the division rival, so that'd probably be hard to pull off. Janae Barron. Let's see what else we got. Denzel Ward, 31. Kind of hoping for someone that fits our timeline. Jacob Parrish, Ronaldo Green, Leonard Moore, 22 years old, out of the Chargers. Maybe we could throw them an offer. McDuffie. Maybe the Chiefs are looking to save some money some way. They had to trade Jarius Need. I mean, we should have a pretty good pick. I'm going to offer it to him. Why not? I mean, McDuffie would complete this team. So 9th overall pick for McDuffie. They say no. This is going to be an aggressive trade, but I'm all for it. So let's see. Maybe we trade both our firsts and just go for it. We get McDuffie on this team. 2 firsts for McDuffie. 99 overall, 27-year-old corner. Let's do it. Oh, the client. Just kidding. I can't even do it. Damn. Okay, so that was worth a shot, but I guess we can't even make that happen. Quinyon Mitchell, another one that I wouldn't hate. The Eagles do have to free up some money. You know, Terrell, I guess, is interesting. Is there anyone else that... Travis Hunter, I mean, he would definitely be fun to add to this team as our corner. Could play some wide receiver as well. I don't think I'll do that one. So, Sauce Gardner. This one could be interesting, but it is a division rival. So, again, it's kind of rough there. So, we may not... Wow, Nate Hobbs is a superstar X Factor. Interesting. And then there's Gonzo, another division rival. All these freaking division rivals have all these good corners I would have went for. There's Marlon Humphrey. Maybe we just don't have it. There is Witherspoon, though. Witherspoon would be the other guy I would offer on. 9th overall pick for Witherspoon. They agree. Okay, we'll take it. Get ourselves our corner, and that's going to be our offseason. I'm going to go ahead and get past the draft as well. We'll let the AI take care of it. Get the second, the third round done for us, because this team is ready to go contend for Super Bowl, in my opinion. I think we're ready. We'll probably change defensive scheme, but we needed another corner here, and we add Witherspoon to make it happen. Our D-line's looking good. Our defensive front's looking good all around. So, yeah, I like it. Witherspoon completes this defense. So, let's go ahead and get to next season. And let's see if this season is the season. Make it happen and go win ourselves a Super Bowl. At the end of the season, we finish up at 11-6 and make the playoffs. We also win our division, which is a great sign. But we had Arch Manning at top passing yard leader. Waddle was in top receiving yards, and then Devin Witherspoon interceptions. Finally got some damn interceptions on this team. So offensively, we're the best offense in the NFL, which makes sense. Running Bengals playbook. Defensively, 24th in the NFL. So 39-5 from Arch Manning. You had 13 touchdowns and 600 yards from Achane. Waddle, Boston, Judy were all really good. Even Achane had 466 yards receiving. And then on the defensive side of the football, we had 11 sacks from Thibodeau and then 14 from Zach Sealer. So, yeah, Thibodeau's been a great addition to this team. Interceptions, again, like I said, Caleb Harris with 3 and then 5 from Witherspoon and then 1 and 1. Okay. Well, unfortunately for us, we get to play our division rival, the Buffalo Bills. Like I said, they just had a crazy comeback win yesterday. Let's go ahead and see if we can knock off our division rival. This will be a tough matchup, but we're at home, so hopefully we take advantage of that opportunity. So here we go, Hard Rock Stadium, wildcard weekend, rainy day. Buffalo Bills come in. Let's see if we come out here and start off with a bang in the playoffs, and the Bills will go up 7-0, start things off, and our offense gets stopped. Can we go score here? We do 7-7. Defense gets a stop. Where's our number one offense at? We need our number one off. There it is, 14-7. Get a stop on defense, and we get a nice stop here, but the Bills will tie it. A minute 43 left in the clock, so we can go down and score, I would imagine. Overtime's happening. We get the ball in overtime, and we will score 14-20. So that was a little bit closer than I would have loved, but we do get to knock off our division foe, the Buffalo Bills, and we head to the divisional weekend. Close game. Thankfully, we get out of here alive, and I will see you guys in the divisional weekend. Arch Manning had himself 192 yards and 2 touchdowns in his playoff debut. And now for divisional weekend back home in Miami. It's a much better weather game here. We bring in the Baltimore Ravens, who surprisingly only went 8-9. So they must have lost some talent, obviously. They usually do in the Madden sim. So let's see if we can come out here and take advantage. So we're up 7-0. Great start. We're up 14-0. Looking good so far, but I will never rule out Lamar Jackson, assuming they still have him, which I would imagine they would. And we're up 21-0. The Ravens so far have not been able to make anything happen. I love Lamar Jackson, but so far this looks like playoff Lamar, and we beat them 21-0. So, yeah, the Ravens did not show up. That was way too easy, and now we're headed to the AFC Championship game. So, let's go ahead and get into the AFC Championship game, and let's see if we can go out there and win this bad boy. And now it's time for the AFC Championship game and a really bad weather game here once again. Fans are just casually walking outside when it's pouring rain on them, which is interesting. But let's go ahead and see what we got going on here. So we start off with the football here, and it's 0-0 so far. And it's 7-0 now, them. But we will tie at 7-7. They get another score on us, so this is going to be... Okay, we got to stop, thankfully, out of half, and we will go tie it up, 14-14. Get a stop. We go score. We do take the lead, but we miss the extra point. We get a stop, though. So literally 43 seconds on the clock. All we need to do is run out this clock and not give the Chiefs the ball back. So without further ado, let me see if I can make that happen. So let's run the ball with Mr. Achane. See if he can end this game for us. The weather has been brutal, but we do have a 6-point lead right now. I guess we missed the extra point. Let's see if we can't get a first down to end this game. So nice. Oh my gosh. I might be able to house this. Yeah. I'm going to house this as well. That was pretty easy. That's going to be your ball game. So 27-14, Achane's going to house it, and that was way too easy. But now we're headed to the damn Super Bowl. We go for 2 that time. We make it happen. Let's go ahead, jump into the Super Bowl, and let's see who's awaiting us there. Hopefully it's a dome game, because we've had some very bad weather games in these 2 playoff games we've had, or 2 of the playoff games we've had. It is now Super Bowl Sunday time, and we get to play the Dallas Cowboys out of the NFC. Let's see what is about to happen here. We get a stop to start things off, and we will go down and go up 7-0. We're in Tampa. The weather is, it's overcast, but it's not raining. We're up 14-7, so it is a very competitive game thus far. And we get a nice sack, or they sack us there. It's 14-14 now. Can we go score? Yep, field goal. We get an interception from Keon Sabb. So 2 minutes and 43 seconds left, and I do have the Dolphins like new black jerseys on, which they probably would never wear this in a Super Bowl. So I just thought it'd be cool to use them. But here we go, 14-17. We have a 3-point lead right now. We're just going to try to run this clock out with Mr. Achane. So he's got 62 yards on the ground, averaging 6 yards a carry. So that's looking good. Our offensive, as far as rushing is concerned, has not been very good. But we can go ahead and also put on shoot clock because the Cowboys are going to eventually use their timeouts. We could let the 2-minute warning go, which, no, I'm just going to go ahead and hike this football. So, oh my gosh, we do get a first down, though. 2-minute warning time, 1st and 10. And now it is time. Honestly, I probably should have just waited to get that first down. That's probably dumb of me. Yeah, I would be fired if I was a coach. But all right. They're going to stack the box. Do I fool them and throw a... No, let's keep around the ball. Keep the ball. Achane is going to get another first down. That's probably going to be all she wrote. But they're going to continue to use their timeouts. But let's go ahead and keep going. 1st and 10, another first down run. They are going to press on Waddle. I am half tempted to throw it over them. I'm not going to lie. But be conservative. Let's keep running this football. And we will have ourselves a 2nd and 1. So one more first down ends this game. And yeah, they're in trouble. So 17-14. One more first down. This game is over. We need 1 yard. And we get 2 chances to make it happen. Field goal doesn't help us here. So we just need to get this first down run. And we get tackled into the first down. And that's their last timeout. So we'll be kneeling this bad boy out. And we will go on to win the Super Bowl. So let's go ahead and kneel this with Arch Manning. We'll get out of here with a win. First kneel is done. I love that new update by Madden, man. Great update that they added that where you kneel it out, the clock just runs out instead of you having to wait. But that's going to be a perfect way to end this Dolphins rebuild. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We turned the Dolphins around. We absolutely reset them. It's going to be interesting what they do in real life. But, man, week 1 was not promising. Thank y'all for watching. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace.